Hello. Hi, my name is Henry Weber. This is my lovely live studio audience, and this is my Gcom presentation for Professor Amy Brickner's summer class. If you wouldn't mind presenting or recording. So, when you think of a president, what comes to mind? Is it a 62-year-old man riding horseback, taming tigers, and fighting judo? Well, President Vladimir Putin of the Russian Federation brings all this to the table and more. But why should you care about this crazy old man? You should care for the same reasons that I care. We live in an increasingly interconnected world. With the advent of social media and the global economy, our friends are as close as our adversaries. And President Vladimir Putin is a noteworthy adversary. He leads a country that is filled to the brim with human rights violations. In 2013, it was actually illegal to be gay in Russia. Additionally, freedom of speech is quietly being done away with in Russia. The leader of the Russian Republican Party, which was the most prominent party opposing Putin's head, was recently assassinated. He has no opposition. So President Putin is one who commands both respect and fear. This respect and fear was culminated in his rather mysterious upbringing. He moved around a lot as a child. He was the only child to survive the tragedies that befell Russia post-World War II. His father fought in the war. Both of his older brothers died. That was a tragedy. Sorry about that. But living in this home with this fervent nationalist of a father really solidified this aggressive, state's pride, chest-pounding, powerful young man who found an outlet in judo and eventually found his ways in both school and athletics at the College of Leningrad State. Excuse me. After he graduated from Leningrad, because again, developed around a fervent nationalist, he attended the #1 top secret KGB school, and I don't have a name on that because it's secret. His first job out of college, he was a spy in Eastern Germany, where he found his first love and only wife, and this time kind of laid the foundation for his political career. So now we have Putin's foray into international politics. After his time was spent in the KGB, he was kind of groomed to be the successor to Russia's president after the fall of the Soviet Union, Boris Yeltsin. And then after Yeltsin steps down from office, Putin becomes the president, and then from 2000 to 2008, President Putin spends time grooming Russia's economy. And then, according to, excuse me here, I've got a pretty awesome statistic. According to a March 1st, 2008 article of RIA Novosti, a prominent Russian newspaper, Russia's per capita GDP has quadrupled to nearly 7,000, and 20 million people have been lifted out of poverty since Putin's time in office. He's got the people on his side. So, Putin leads with this sort of heavy-handed, and at times draconian fist with which he kind of uses to return Russia to this state of power. And this is best demonstrated by the Georgian War. Georgia is a country that is about 1/10 the size of Russia. I mean, it's not at all anything to be worried about. It's tiny standing military, but Russia went to war with them because they thought they were housing Chechens, Chechen terrorists who had been attacking Russian citizens. The war lasted 5 days and they were absolutely demolished. This was seen as heavy-handed and imperialistic by the West. Caught a lot of flack for this conflict. Next, the conflict in the Ukraine. Similar to, I would compare the Bosnian conflict in the late 90s. Again, why you should care. If Russia continues, we may have to intervene. The Ukraine is a country that is heavily indebted. In 2013, they sought the help of the European Union to help climb out of their debt crisis. Russia didn't like this, so again, heavy hand, they invaded. sent troops over their borders, claiming that they were helping resolve the debt crisis, but in fact it was again just heavy-handed imperialistic capturing of a state in need. So let us turn to how Putin chooses to rule his own, those who support him. Russia after the fall of the Soviet Union is an odd mix of Western influence and then the Orthodox Church. So you have Putin, who's ruling by his own faith, and then you have Russian citizens who are living by Western influence. So the Sochi Games were boycotted by many countries because, in 2013, Putin, it was illegal to be gay in Russia. Pussy Riot is a popular punk band in Russia that condemns the actions of Putin and of the Orthodox Church. And then again, Boris Nemtsov's assassination, freedom of speech. Vladimir Putin, an international leader who commands respect, both respect and fear, and only time will tell how he will continue to treat Eastern Europe.
Just hit that.
Yep.